Assembly and leading human rights organizations. We're prepared to engage all parties on the basis of mutual respect and without preconditions. So that's what Hamas put in writing in terms of their commitment. I just wanted to add that.
Period of time that you can take as long as you like over it. Take 2 or 3 years and iron it out. It's been going for 60 years. The Ulster thing went on longer than that, probably. God knows Yugoslavia was more of a problem than South Africa, and today it's an apartheid entity, if you will, because there are 4 countries in Yugoslavia. So I think we all agree that there should be discussion. Over to you.
Yeah, well, maybe the 3 of us are in agreement that discussion should take place, and they should be unconditional, and they should include everybody. I think you're certainly right about Northern Ireland and South Africa as well. And now, so yeah. Maybe this is the right point for us to wrap up. I don't know if Max wants to step back in. If there's any questions or anything like that.
Yeah, I would like to.
We have a 3-0 agreement here, Rooney.
You have to wrap it up, but it's important that there has to be an international presence because there are some of us, I'm afraid, who can't help feeling that Israel has certain powers within the Israeli government are not interested in successful peace talks, because in terms of Zionist objective, you achieve more by the current situation. You can grab up more land. You can stay in this narrative of self-defense and make life impossible for the people that you need to transfer, as they used to put it. So there has to be some kind of international presence. You can't have the parties sitting on their own. It's like putting the rapist and the victim together and let them negotiate, what the solution would be.
Well, you've got a good point.
Certainly
I don't disagree with what you say. It appears to be that way. But what I say is that why not the Palestinian Authority? It seems to me, I don't live there, obviously, but it seems to me the West Bank, the Palestinian Authority appears to be very reasonable in its in its outward appearance. And I don't see why they couldn't say, you know what, we'd like to set up a discussion. It may take a long time, but we'd like to, we'd like to do it this way. Have you any? I've heard that Netanyahu has said, you want to come and discuss? Come over to my table. Come over to my office. You can do that anytime. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. Maybe he could. Maybe for all we know, Abbas might be able to pick up the phone to him and say, look, why don't maybe they're already doing it. I don't know. Maybe they could phone and say, let's go and talk about it over a cup of coffee somewhere, and see how we can get this done. Reasonable people can find a way to do things so that it doesn't have to be all testosterone. What do you say?
I think people are often governed by how they perceive their vested interests best suited. And I agree with Bruno. Up to this point, I've not seen any genuine intention of Israel to actually for peace. I think they're more interested in acquiring more land than they are in peace. And I think they're quite prepared to take a number of casualties along the way. The difference, of course, between South Africa and Israel in that respect is that South Africa was facing massive international sanctions when it went into negotiations.
Exactly.
South
That's
Africa
the international presence.
was a bankrupt country when it went into negotiations because it was fighting an internal conflict and it was fighting war between states as well, in Angola and in Mozambique. And I think F.W. de Klerk took a very wise decision that the best way he could best represent the interests of people he was representing was by negotiating for peace while they still had the option.
That's not the case in Northern Ireland. In Northern Ireland, they didn't have that. In Northern Ireland, they didn't have international sanctions or pressure on either side. And one was much more powerful than the other. So, I don't hold that. I mean, Yugoslavia, on the other hand, United States decided that Clinton decided it wanted to do something about what was going on, which was wholesale slaughter in Bosnia. So, every situation is a little different. And all I'm saying is you get two guys together, or three guys as we are in this case, we can solve all the problems of the world basically by just talking to one another. You don't, if they come up with a decent, hell, you don't even get Congress in the United States and the president able to agree on any damn thing. But they keep talking and something will come out of it.
No harm in talking.
We don't have so much time, Norman, because it's an average of 10 Palestinian houses a week demolished since 1967. So time is expensive in this particular situation.
Absolutely. I don't disagree with that. So let's get going. Let's do something. What do you want to do?
Yeah. I'm very much for a Northern Ireland solution. That would be amazing. Ali Abunima has a very good article on that in Al Jazeera, actually.
All right.
And that's something to look into if you're looking for solutions. But it's all going nowhere without internet. Okay.
All right.
That began because people were prepared to think the unthinkable. And, whereas years, I mean, this is a situation I've been I've lived in the UK most of my life. Margaret Thatcher said we won't negotiate with terrorists. I think similar in Israel. And it was only the government initially and then followed up by Tony Blair. People decided to think the unthinkable and have unconditional open negotiations with the people they regarded as their enemies. And that was what did that's not happening in Israel. And what it needs is a leader within Israel or someone from outside to come in and to actually initiate this process and drive it forward. And that's unfortunately what we don't have. I think it's doubly unlucky in terms of their situation relating to Israel, and also in terms of the leadership that's tried to represent them over the years. I don't think they've done a great job. I think there's a reason why South Africa is a free country now and Palestine isn't. And for myself, I'll declare myself as atheist. I don't think religion helps. I think politics and a political understanding of the situation actually helps much better.
I couldn't agree with you more on the religious aspect. Absolutely, Stuart. Of course, I don't know who's laughing there, but that is one thing you could do is you could just throw out the men, get in charge, and we might have a better solution.
We have three non-religious people. Maybe we're not the right people to discuss conflict. I don't know, but yeah, it's been really nice. Maybe we should end it here.
Okay. Well, nice talking to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a happy New Year.
And you too, gents.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. That was fun.